Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is a tutorial. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do my twisted wrap. Are you ready to get twisted? We're going to be teaching you how to do these earrings and the necklace I'm wearing. I did decide to do two this time because I did them both a little bit differently. It's really very versatile and you can do a lot of different things with it. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Comment below if you have any questions for me. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my other social media. I have Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget to give my Etsy shop a visit. All right, let's go get our tools and let's get twisted. For today's tutorial, we're going to be needing chain nose pliers for bending and pinching. We're going to be needing your wire flush cutters for cutting your wire. We will be needing round nose pliers to make your loops. We're going to be making marks on our pliers with a permanent marker. We will be twisting some wire today, and I use a power drill for that. A measuring tool of some sort. I have 28 gauge and 26 gauge dead soft sterling silver wire. There's 26 and there's 28. I also have the beads and stuff. We have ear wires to hang your darling earrings with. We have two beautiful briolettes. These are check fire polished. And then I have some little white opal bicones. We're going to start by measuring your wire. For this first bit, we're going to measure out 24 inches of 28 gauge. We will be twisting this. You will only need to measure with your ruler once, then you can use the first wire to measure out your second wire. Taking one of your wires, bend it in half. I make a little loop on the end. We're going to put our briolette bead on here. Center it here and give it a little bit of a twist just to keep it from coming loose. Pull your other wires tight together, and now we're going to put them in the drill. I bend the ends a little bit, that way they don't come out of the chuck so easily. And now we will just place them in the chuck and tighten it down. Now turn your drill on so that we can twist the wire. We're going to hold the wire at the top of the bead with our chain nose pliers so that when we're twisting the metal, it doesn't crack the bead. And now we twist, 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 twist. And now we're done. Carefully unscrew your chuck to let the wire out, and we have a completed twisted bead. We're gonna cut off the end of that extra wire and put it in your silver stockpile. If you don't have one, now is a good time to start one. Repeat on the other bead so you now have two of about the same length. Now is the part where we're going to decide where we're going to bend at the top to make the loop. I like this length, and since I want to repeat it at the same length on the other side, I'm going to mark my pliers with a permanent marker, just like this. Now, using the mark on the pliers, I was able to recreate the bend on the other one at about the same length. Now we're going to use our round nose pliers and we're going to make a loop. Since I want both of the loops to be the same size, I'm going to again mark with a permanent marker on my round nose pliers. Now it is time to make your loopy. Make your loop complete by bringing it back over across the wire. That way we can start wrapping. I like to hold the loop secure in my chain nose pliers while I wrap the twisted wire around the stem. That way I know it's nice and secure, it's not going to wiggle around on me very much. When you get down to the point where you're at the crystal, you are going to have to hold it with your fingers a few times just to make sure that you wrap it nice and tight. Once you're actually wrapping on the crystal, feel free to switch from your chain nose pliers to your fingers. That way you can get it really tight and just wrap away in any fashion you choose. One of the benefits of these creations is that there is no rhyme or reason to your wrap. Go ahead and straighten up your wrap and briolette and then trim the excess. As usual, pinch it down with your chain nose pliers and check to make sure that it is smooth. You don't want to be scratching anybody. Once you have it where you like it, it's time to add the next piece of wire. We're going to measure out 12 inches of 26 gauge wire. I sped up this next part because I'm really kind of clumsy at doing this in front of the camera, but we're just going to be wrapping the tail of this wire a couple of times around the loop that you made to dangle it with. To help me get a better grip, I wrapped the working wire around the main part just a little bit. I promise it's not actually as hard as I made it look. It's just really hard to do this in front of a camera. When you're satisfied with your wraps, go ahead and trim the excess and then pinch it down. I tucked in the end by pinching and twisting my chain nose pliers as I went so that I could get it nice and tight on the inside of that loop. And now is for the fun, crazy part. We're just going to wrap it all over. There's no rhyme or reason, just go for it, guys. Here I've reached the point where I think I'm going to add a bead. To make the wrap nice and tight, you are going to have to hold down that bead with your thumb and then pull really tight with your wire. I've reached another point where I'm going to add another bead. This bead really wanted to fight me on this, but I eventually tamed him down. Just hold him tight and wrap with your other hand. Here I'm adding the final bead, and then I'll finish my wrapping. When you're coming to the end of your wire, try to overlap some of your older wraps to help pin them down. I'm going to take this little itty bitty tail and I'm going to use my chain nose pliers and make a hook, and I am going to put that inside of my loop and bind it down a couple of times. It's actually easier in person than I'm making it look on camera. Again, guys, I'm kind of awkward with a camera between me and my hands. Make sure it's tight and not scratchy. And this is the finished briolette, guys. Isn't it beautiful? The beads are somewhat movable, so you can adjust them to make them look the way you want. Now we're going to hang them on the ear wires. Open up your ear wires with your chain nose pliers, and when you realize it won't fit over the ball, then you're going to put it on the back of the ear wire. Make sure you face it the right direction, and then close your ear wires back up. I realized at this point that I actually had the loop sideways, so I'm just giving it a gentle twist with my fingers so that the earrings face forward and not sideways. Now it's time for you to make your other side. You can try and make it symmetrical, or you can just do freeform. For these, I tried to make them symmetrical, but of course, because they're handmade, it's not perfect. Even though I like the way they look bright silver, I am going to darken them with a liver of sulfur solution. And now we're going to be making a pendant. I started by putting a head pin through the bead. Make a loop at the top with your round nose pliers and secure your twisted wire to it. As you can see, I've already wrapped the stem. I'm going to continue wrapping the stem to give it a wedge shape, and then I'm going to wrap down onto the bead. Attached to the twisted wire is a bit of chain, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap the chain as well. When I have it where I like it, I'm going to take some 26 gauge and I'm going to wrap it to the end of the chain so that I can wrap the 26 gauge around over the chain. Now I will add some beads here and there and finish wrapping until I'm satisfied. When you're finished with your wrapping, bring your wire back to the top and bind it 2 times to your loop. At this point, all I need to do is add a bail and darken it with a liver of sulfur solution. And voila! This is your finished pendant. The beads do move around a bit, but I don't mind. And here are the earrings finished and darkened. I think they look much better this way. It helps brings out the details. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe and share your creations with me on my Facebook page.